Ohio. Hey, this is Sue with My Step Ahead. And after a week of being in the deep freeze, I had to get out and take a walk. So you're coming with me. I wanted to share with you real quick some good news. This week I'll be releasing a new video about fighting anxiety. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. It's been a week in the deep freeze. And all kinds of stuff can happen during that time, and you get a little claustrophobic. Well, I had an experience this week where I got in a fight. I got in a fight with anxiety. And what I'm sharing on the video this week shares more in detail, but I'm going to give you just a little bit of a glimpse. So, anxiety is a mental process. A lot of people think it's wrong to have anxiety. Believers think that we shouldn't have anxiety because it means we don't have enough faith. We're not believing in God. And that is as far from the truth as possible. Honestly, that's a lie from the pit. And anxiety took me on a trip this week. Took me on a ride. And it tried to tell me things that weren't true. And the video I'll be publishing this week shares more about that. But I want to give you just a little bit of a takeaway from my experience this week, separate from the video, separate from the stuff I'll be sharing in the video. And one of those things I wanted you to hear real clearly is that struggling with anxiety as a Christian is ordinary. It's normal. It's part of the fall. It's part of living in the fallen world we live in. It does not make you any less of a believer. It does not make you any less of a Christian. It does not mean that you don't have enough faith or you're not praying enough or anything like that. It means you're human. And because we are all human, that's why we need a Savior. All of us struggle with anxiety. As I said, it's a mental process. It's a way our brains, in each circumstance, in each situation, different for each person, have learned how they feel like they need to protect us. And whatever that anxiety is, it's usually based in fear of some type. And that fear is from a perceived threat. And it's that threat thought that has to be dismantled. It's that perceived threat that the brain latches onto. And that's where the anxiety is rooted. Now, we all know the enemy is the father of lies. And most likely that fear is not based on truth. There may be some truth about the circumstance, the situation, but it doesn't mean that the entire interpretation of the event, of what your mind is telling you, doesn't mean that's all right. And that's what we have to get better at deciphering and dismantling. Because I think often as Christians and human beings in general, we tend to think that whatever I'm thinking is true. And there's an aspect of fact to that. And that aspect is that what you are thinking is what you believe to be true. And until you go through a couple things to be able to dismantle that thought and evaluate it more clearly and more fully, you won't know what's true and what's a partial truth. And that's what I get into in this video I'm releasing this week. I want to invite you to subscribe so you don't miss it. If you're a subscriber, you'll get the notification when it goes up. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button now, because I want to get this content into your hands. Every person struggles with anxiety in some way each day. And learning how to interrupt that thought pattern, to be aware of it, and then to interrupt it, is the key to managing mental health and being victorious over anxiety. Doesn't mean that you're not going to have it. It means you're going to learn how to better handle it. So be sure to subscribe so you get the notification. The video will come out. I'm going to go enjoy this walk because it feels great to be moving after a week of being inside. Have a great day.